Right, good morning. Welcome to day 7 of Horner's Coast to Coast. As you'll see over my shoulder, got another special cameo today. Auntie Ali's going to be joining me on the route from Kirkby Stephen to Keld. Keld is on the Pennine Way, and that's pretty much halfway across the coast to coast. I'm enjoying a Costa because I'm in Kirkby Stephen, which is the second largest metropolis. A permanent population of about 1,500 people. There's actually quite a lot here, so I've managed to get a Costa. So spirits are high, despite having my first blister of the trip.
You've got your blister with you.
I've got a skin and blister, and but I've got a Compede on that, and it's feeling a bit better already. Let's see how we get on. Right, we're up and running. We've just crossed Frank's Bridge over the River Eden. That obviously will flow down or up to Carlisle before emptying into the Solway Firth on the England-Scottish border. But this is the first sort of mile marker I've seen to the end of the route. So you'll see we've already done 82 miles, so that's nice. 180. Right, we're already climbing steeply up the other side of the Eden Valley. You can see that Kirkby Stephen is already a long way below us. It's been quite a steep climb already. I'm panting. Ali's not even broken sweat. We're already above a quarry. I'm not sure what they're digging out of that one. Doesn't say on the map either. Right, Ali's acting as a little pacemaker today. We're actually ahead of the sort of published guide time, so that's given me a real confidence boost. And this past is working wonders on my blister. We've just hit a bit of a decision point. The route splits into 3 here, pretty much. Up there is 9 standards. That's the hill. The significance of that one is that marks what they call the water line. So that's the point on the Pennines where everything all the water that sort of lands to the west of it flows into the Irish Sea. And all the water that falls on the other side of it drains out into the North Sea eventually. So that's basically the sort of midpoint in height terms of the Pennines, I think. That doesn't seem right to me, but that's what we've been told. Anyway, we're making steady progress in the foothills of the Pennines. But I think we're going to take the green route, the so-called green route, which is that way, which tracks slightly lower, but it's more the bog that I'm concerned about, given the footwear. Lose their shoes. Let's see how we get on. Right, we're quite high up now. You can see the mountains around me. We're sort of in the Pennines, I guess. But we've just hit the real bog, and we've made a couple of detours trying to pick a route through. But we're getting nowhere, so we're going to get our feet wet, so we might as well just follow the original path, I think. We're not going to hear much today again. That wind's just picked right up. You can see this is a very steep valley. Anyway, we're through the first bit of the bog. My feet are very wet, but we've not lost any footwear, so that's positive. Already above some of the cloud now, and you can just about see it. It's absolutely sweeping in from off Ali's left shoulder there, across this valley. We're actually everything's starting to get a bit damp now, but it's mist rather than rain, I think. Right, that's quite a good view there. We've just crossed over the brook at the top of this valley. The geographers will see that this is actually a V-shaped valley rather than the glacier-shaped ones that we were walking up and down back in the Lake District. Right, here's the boundary of the old Yorkshire Dales National Park. And you can see we're going into Richmondshire, which is now part of North Yorkshire. So this is basically the crossing point from what would have been Westmorland, now Cumbria, across into North Yorkshire. As Lancastrians, not always happy about being in Yorkshire. Right, it's getting to lunchtime. We're all both a bit peckish. We've been walking through Gale for the last 45 minutes. There's an abandoned stone hut up here. We're about 1,500 feet. We're going to go and see if we can get in just to shout for the wind while we have our butty. Well, it proved to be a bit of a midding inside that stone hut. However, we have gone down one side of it, and we're going to use it as it's acting as a nice windbreak, to be honest. What do you think of today so far, Ali?
Mizzly, definitely mizzly. I can't believe it's actually sunny at home. It's blowing a hoolie here.
A bit bleak on the tops now.
Yeah, bleak on the tops, bit wet underfoot, but you know, us hornbees were made of strong stuff.
Right, we've just climbed up a fairly steep gorge to meet back up with the so-called red route, the higher path. Looks like we made a wrong decision earlier, because just looking round and in fact ahead, you can see that they've slabbed across the bog as far as the eye can see. Of course, as Ali's just pointed out, we don't know how far down the other side they've got with the slabbing. But yeah, that made it a lot easier for the generation. So we're still quite high up on the heather moors, and these stone structures here are grouse butts. So these were the grouse shooters shoot the grouse from, I guess. So over that way, that is Raven Seat Farm. Now this was the subject, or rather the tenant was the subject of a TV documentary. A woman with 9 children, they know her as the shepherdess, the Yorkshire shepherdess. This used to be a popular coast to coast stopping place for a cup of tea and a cake, but it's no longer open. Ali says it's because she was having it off with one of the fellas from the auction house. I have not fact checked that, so that's just speculation. Feels like the landscape is changing again now as we've sort of dropped down off the moors slightly. This is more kind of classic Yorkshire Dale feel to it now. Lovely little beck down this valley from the farm that we just mentioned. Right, we've made amazing progress. That signpost there, Thrift Lodge B&B, that is where I'm stopping, and Ali's having supper with me before Dickie and the girls come and pick her up. It's another mile up there, I think, but and it's steep. I had an email from the proprietor, but that's it. Once we get up that last climb, we can get our wet shoes off and see if have a wee. Ali's not even stopped for a wee, like a camel. Let's see if this barn of theirs is open. Just about to pick this to make some special tea with later to soothe my aching left knee. Looks like Belle's followed us. There's a red collie poking its head through the wall there.
In that route.
Well, someone's pulled a bit of a fast one there. We thought it'd be at the accommodation by now, but reading it more closely, that's probably it over there. It's a mile uphill from once we hit their access road. That is annoying, because that's not what it said on the sign back there. As Ali's just pointed out, maybe a route over the top. We're now about a mile and a half, or sorry, probably a mile up the road from the coast to coast. So this is all extra miles that you know, detour basically, but hopefully we can find a way over there in the morning. So we have confirmed that is indeed our lodgings. So this is, well, it's my lodgings, but what I have worked out is this ridge is actually the Pennine Way, and so I reckon, well, I can follow the Pennine Way in the morning, because I know that crosses the coast to coast. But it means we might not be eating. There's just like one table for dinners, about 5 rooms in this lodge, so who knows, we might be eating with some Pennine Way mongers. Right, we're now on the other side of that valley. You can see all this extra trail we've had to follow along and then back. Very steep, 1 in 4 incline, but we were right. This is indeed the Pennine Way that we're now walking on. I reckon we're about 5 minutes away from our lodge. Right, we've arrived, and it was very much worth the sort of extra haul up that last bit of hill. It's a really lovely spot. There's the gaffer. He's
You right?
he's about to pour a couple of pints of black sheep for us, and then we're all going to have our scran around this table a bit later. Right, day 7 wrap up. You find me in the residence bar at the Thrift Lodge, which is a sort of very small but very well appointed sort of bed and breakfast, a couple of miles off the main trail. Just enjoying a pint of Keg Black Sheep, and it's surprisingly excellent. So it's been a good day. Auntie Ali walked with me. Say hello, Auntie Ali. And that was really good, because when we were on the moors, it was pretty bleak. Main challenges today was the sheer bogginess. I think Ali should patent her walk on the, what is it called?
Walk on the willows. On the
Yeah,
rushes.
Ali's walk on the bulrush technique, combined with us both leaping about like antelopes, kept us out of the deep stuff. But we did have wet feet early on. My blister held up, so that was good. I'm really glad I had the company, because we barely saw another human until we got into the Dales, and it was really bleak on the top of the moors, just like a really, really strong gale in our faces, and then all the bogginess. I think it would have been pretty soul destroying on my own, but looking forward to a good bit of snap now before Vicky comes and collects Ali to take her back for parent duties, and tomorrow I'll be on my own again, but tomorrow looks a nice sort of gentle thing, and I'll have a look in the guidebook tonight, but I'm hoping to get away nice and early, try and get somewhere for a decent Sunday lunch.